Welcome to week 7 of the DB Sport and Scale quarter scale SE.5a build. This video is a slideshow with a voiceover of some pictures I took while building it. Day 43. A short day again today. I started by sanding to shape the cabane fairings. Then I glued in the rib and ply skin above the Vickers machine gun. And here it is, sitting in the hole intended for it. I actually had to shave some bits off the gun, but they will be covered and no one will ever know. Day 44. Made fastenings for the Lewis gun in the upper center section of the wing. Since the fastenings are in, I can glue down the center section plywood skin. Day 45. A few small jobs today. To begin with, I checked how a control rod could join the elevators, and I discovered to my surprise that the hole in the arm is 3 millimeters, whereas most clevises I know of need 1.5 to 2 millimeter holes. So I drilled a new one. Then I trimmed the 0.4 millimeter plywood cladding for the sides of the fuselage and glued it on. This really improves the look of the model. Lastly, I trimmed down the headrest until it fit on the turtle deck and added some padding to it. Day 46. All this morning was needed to place the servos that service the engine, the throttle and the choke. This area will be rather busy. The electronic ignition will find a place beside the tank, and the batteries will be placed where they do the best work. Day 47. I tried putting a yellow Sullivan inner tube from a steering cable in the hole of the steering arm for the elevators, and it fit perfectly. After cutting it down, I got it to be the same thickness as the arm, so I had a bearing for the clevis I'm going to use there. I inserted 2 pairs of tubes for the 2 pairs of pull-pull wires needed for the rudder and tail skid. I will see if I have one servo for each or connect the 2 pairs to the same servo. There is plenty of space for the 2 servos, by the way. After many comments I got, I decided to take a second look at the tank bay. I was able to push the tank a little over to the left, and then by turning the choke servo, I was able to put a more or less straight wire to the choke. Day 48. I nearly finished the wing struts. I bent the cross wires into shape as indicated on the plans and tied them to the struts with a strong thread, which I then covered with epoxy glue. Now I only have to place the discs that the magnets under the top wing will grip. I cut out and formed the dummy engine heads that stick out of the cowling. They're made of ABS plastic, and you really do have to be careful not to cut too much when forming it. To give the engine heads some mass and increase the gluing surface, I put some 3 millimeter balsa inside them and added some structure to stiffen this. Day 49. Just a few small jobs today. I ordered the covering for this model a few days ago. I'm going to use Oratex, and there will be no major jobs until it arrives. I put little bits of balsa in front of and behind the fixings for the Lewis gun and formed them into aerodynamic shape. I don't expect this to look good until I paint it. I put some metal discs on top of the wing struts. These will be grabbed by magnets on the underside of the top wing. I was a little skeptical about this and did not really believe it would work. But it does. The struts stick to the wing like you wouldn't believe. Quite a surprise. My last job for the day was to put car body filler on the cabane struts where they merge with the fuselage. I carved the filler a bit while it was getting hard, since you have a few moments where it carves like soft cheese just before it goes rock solid. I can sand it to shape tomorrow.